Well, Turf Talk now finds itself here at the Gauteng Jockeys Academy, situated at Randjiesfontein training establishment, and that's just what it is, because we're going to shortly catch up with Gary Waterson, who's the riding master and mentor of three young men who've already graduated from the Summerveld Academy, having written their matric, and now it's time for them in the first week of January to venture into the big wide world of being a fully fledged jockey. Are they going to make it? Are they not? Hard work is the key factor over here. And we're going to take a look at some of their riding styles. Firstly, Craig Zaki, who's the champion apprentice, then Ryan Munga and Wesley Mawing, picking up, first of all, with Craig Zaki on his first graded stakes winner.
But it is all Arabian Beat is 3 lengths clear. Arabian Beat, Mystical Twilight's coming out the pack there with just behind that Just Africa, but it's going to be Arabian Beat by 4. Just Africa second. Tipper Champion, the one to beat from London with 200 to go. Tipper Champion by a length and a half. London is back in second, trying hard, but it's still Tipper Champion from London. Tipper Champion and Apprentice Zaki keeping rolling here. London is lunging late, but Tipper Champion giving a beautiful ride. London second. Uncle Tommy powers into the lead, started slowly, progressed well, and is going on to win it. Top horse, Uncle Tommy wins again.
Still Fulcrum, here comes Henry Higgins, running on in behind those is Jay's outsider. Fulcrum over Henry Higgins, and the run down to the wire. I'll give it to Fulcrum. I think Fulcrum's beaten Henry Higgins, third got close. Arch rival running on at Jay's outsider.
They come down with 250 to go. It's still in front, Asnarak. Down the inside, Ladies Club. Then comes One Yesterday. Behind that, Ice Goddess, Ladies Club. It's coming quickly at Asnarak now. Down the inside, Ladies Club. About to pick up the lead. Asnarak is fighting back. Ladies Club, though, has got the better of Asnarak. Zackey goes clear by 2.5 lengths now on his bicycle. Racing second, Triple Beat, Amber Sail. Then Postgrad, Geishka Golden, Klondike River. But Zackey leads with 180 to go. 2 lengths clear. Postgrad and Triple Beat tried to close that gap, but it's going to be Zackey start to finish win. Zackey by over 2 lengths.
The time of the year where three young men go out into the big wide world after having been mollycoddled and guided and looked after. Now it's up to them whether they're going to make it. One of them's got a distinct advantage in Craig Zaki, already having won a couple of titles. Let's start with him. What's your prognosis for young Craig Zaki?
Well, you know, Craig's run 154 winners in his apprenticeship. When he came to Johannesburg, he had only ridden around 43, 44. So he's matured very quickly while arriving in Johannesburg. Carries on working hard, looks after his weight. There's a bright future for Craig.
Obviously, he comes from a passionate racing family. It's just about how much he wants to knuckle down and face the reality that not everything's going to be put on a plate for him.
Oh yes, no, when you're apprentice, we do look after them and do a lot of things for them. And we try the last 6 months is give them a bit more freedom to get out and try and get more, look after themselves, fun for rides and that. So hopefully it will be an easy takeover once he's come out his time. But I hope so, because he's got a lot of potential, Craig.
Obviously, having recently been through the academy, they've got a fantastic facility, secure, all the opportunity to look at videos. The gym is absolutely out of the top drawer, and now it's a case of maintaining that for him.
Oh yes, no, he's got to look, as I said earlier, he's got to look after himself. Everything's been done for him. He's learned how to ride, how to speak to people. He's got very good manners. He's actually a very nice young man.
Let's move on to Ryan Munga now. I was tipped off about Ryan Munga by a lady in KwaZulu-Natal about his riding ability. He's not short of that, and one of the quieter guys, but it looks like he's got every opportunity to get out there and to get rides.
I know he does work hard. He wants to do very well. He qualifies on, I think, the 10th of January. He's ridden 100 winners now. He's looking for that 10 to equal his uncle's winners while he was apprentice. So he's trying very hard to ride those 10 winners in the next month.
Stewie Randolph obviously is a guy that's been a proper journeyman jockey, but he got his deserved joy by winning this year's Vodacom Durban July.
Oh yes, no, it was very nice. Stewi's always been a nice rider, also a very quiet person. Like Ryan has said, he's very quiet, likes to be on his own, and goes along and does his business.
Numbers posted up for race 7, victory to number 5, Zackey. Apprentice Ryan Munga has had a double on this Sanakahal. Won last time out on the 5th of November, has come away to win it again today with front-running tactics.
And then, of course, Wesley Mawing, he doesn't need any introduction. He comes from a family steeped in racing excellence. And one has to say that his uncle gave him a really good opportunity the other day and was quite prophetic in the way that he tipped that Wesley was going to be needing this lucky break, which he's got.
Yes, Wesley, he's coming out, he's only going to have completed 4 years. So you can see he's only maturing now as a rider, I feel. But as time goes on, he will get better. As he's ridden 75 winners in the nearly 4 years been in the academy. But he's taken a bit of time to get to where he is. But if he carries on improving and working hard, I see why he can't have a decent future in the game.
The bottom line is that you've got to be hungry. I mean, no matter who you are, whether your name is MJ Odendaal or Mace Roberts or whoever, you've got to be hungry in this game. That's the way I see it.
Oh yes, this game, it's just work, and more work to succeed. Even if you don't get rides for that stable, you don't stand there talking and wasting time. If there's work available, go and ride the work. That's what I say to all the youngsters. We need each other. So if you go and carry on working, instead of standing talking and laughing and joking, there's a future for you, and you can have a wonderful career in horse racing.
Well, I find it particularly interesting that a young man that has already had his fair measure of success as a scholar is a guy called Lyle Hewitson, who goes into the academy. I understand that he probably won't be able to ride for 3 months. That's part of the program, which won't do him any harm. He'll still be able to ride work. But what's your prognosis for young Lyle Hewitson?
Well, he's going to come in under a big disadvantage because of his weight. He's about 52, 53 kilos now. And by the time he does more work at the academy and pull him up a bit, that his fat percentage is perfect to race ride, he could be around 54 kilos. So that's going to be a bigger disadvantage for him. So that's what he's got to start off with. But then again, he's going to have to work.
But he's clearly very talented.
He's been riding a lot of work riders races. So there's a lot of improvement to be made.
So just as Ryan Munga and Craig Zaki and Wesley Mawing are graduating from their apprenticeship, he's now graduating from being a work rider into his apprenticeship.
Oh yes, every year we're fortunate we take around 12 to 15. And as we lose the fifth years, the first years come in, and we start all over again by teaching. And of course we get the apprentices that have matriculated. Then they start moving to centres, which happens in January. So I'll be getting about 4 new apprentices next year.